were the first people to ever use a beer bottle, like joking. And then people actually like took it seriously and kind of like took offense to it too. And they're like,
no, the one where they got really mad. The one where they got really mad was on Instagram because I like said that, and then in the comment I were in the caption I said like we're innovators.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for doing this. My name's Adam, and this podcast is about the both of you, your journey in music, and we'll talk about the new song you just released.
Awesome.
Cool. So I did read San Clemente. I'm originally from San Diego, so I thought that was cool that are you both born and raised in San Clemente?
Joey is technically, I'm from Dana Point.
Oh, okay.
I've always
still
said,
close.
Yeah.
We
tried to. Oh, sorry.
We both went to San Clemente High School together.
Oh, okay.
So, he's close.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Dana Point isn't very far, right? That's just what the next town really up.
Yeah. It's literally, it's 5 minutes away, but my friends would always clown me. Like when I'd be super excited to invite my friends to like come over for a sleepover, they'd be like, I'm not driving all that way just because I wasn't like a San Clemente local technically. So they'd like always clown me.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's why now I say I'm from San Clemente.
Okay.
But
that's like, I mean, that's so close. That's, I don't know. I guess that works. That's awesome. So you're both then from the West Coast, from that area. You're born and raised there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I guess first off, well, Brandon, tell me, growing up in San Clemente, like, how did you get into music? Do you come from a musical household at all?
No one in my family does music. My mom is a teacher who hasn't really ever had any interaction with music other than the fact that like she loves singing, but she sucks at singing. Like she's got like objectively terrible voice, but like so bad that it's like awesome. Like, and she's just out there like going for it. And my dad has never really had any experience with music, but he would write like poetry and stuff to my mom that I didn't learn about until like a few years ago.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And yeah, and for me growing up, I did theater and like musicals. That was my only experience with it. And then I didn't actually like pick up a guitar or try to write a song until me and Joey roomed together freshman year of college. And then he taught me pretty much everything I know. And within like the first 2 months of him teaching me guitar, we wrote our first song together. And then it kind of just spiraled from there. So
wow. So you didn't play in a band or anything like that, or write songs or anything like that prior to college? Wow.
No, yeah, this is my first experience with music.
That's interesting. Were you just always interested in singing, or I mean, to be in theater and musical theater, were you just always into entertaining?
Yeah, I loved singing, and I always thought that like being on like Broadway or something was my dream, or being like an actor. But the thing that was so like different for me about like making your own music and writing songs was that I had like all this pent up stuff that I had just buried in my subconscious and just stuff from my past. And then it's almost like Joey was like, dude, here you go. And he like handed me a key to just like unlock that door. And it all just like came out. And then Joey, all of his stuff just and then like we're just like me in the middle, best friends. And that's why I'm like addicted to it, is because it's like it's therapeutic and you know, I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. What about you, Joey? Were you did you come from a musical household at all?
No, actually. Both of my parents aren't really musical. My sister was in marching band, so she had a little bit of a musical background. She played marimba in the marching band. So I would always like hang out with her and her friends, and they were all super musical.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I started learning guitar when I was 11 or 12, and then I started writing music around the same time too, just like super crappy songs.
But wow, to start, yeah, to have that, you know, urge to write at that young of an age, that's pretty cool. I mean, well, like, is there anything that drew you to start playing guitar? Was there a reason why you wanted to?
I saw Jonas Brothers music video, and I was like, that looks so sick.
That's awesome.
Because I actually took piano for I think like a year when I was like 6, and I wasn't really into it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's a story with a lot of kids.
Yeah, was it like, here's learn these scales and this technique, and you didn't get to really learn what you wanted to play?
Yeah, more classically driven for sure. And then I was like thought guitar was like super cool, and so that's why I wanted to learn guitar.
When you were writing the songs, like, at what point do you start showing them to people, or were you playing out at all? Or, I mean, 11's probably pretty young, but I mean, from there in through middle school, high school, did you start bands prior to this project?
Yeah, I had a band with some of my friends. I think our name was Pretty Vacant, because we always like joked that like all of our shows would be like pretty vacant.
That's actually a pretty good name.
And yeah, I mean, I started my guitar teacher was super influential to me too, and I would show him some of the songs I would write, and he would help me, and I would like play at like coffee shops or like shopping malls when I was like 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
And it was terrifying. It was so terrifying.
Yeah, you play your own songs?
Yeah, I play my own songs and then covers, and but yeah, it was a really, really good experience, and I'm glad my guitar teacher pushed me to do that. But yeah, and then I started learning how to produce and around high school, and started producing for friends, and then met Bren in college, and Bren was just so naturally talented, and we connected on so many things, and that's kind of how the project was birthed.
Wow. And you guys went to the same high school, but were you friends in high school, or not really?
Yeah, we were friends.
Okay.
Bren always says we weren't friends, but I think we were friends.
You just didn't kick it as much.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, yeah, comparatively to college, we were acquaintances in high school.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Where'd you guys go to college? Did you know you were going to the same school, and like, it's not, you were roommates? Was that something that was kind of predetermined?
Yeah,
Joey reached out to me.
Yeah, he was the only person I knew who was going to the same school as me, and so I asked for his number from one of my friends, because I don't think I had his number, and I texted him. I was like, "Hey, do you want to room together?" And I think you were like, "Yeah."
Yeah, dude.
Where did you guys go to school?
The small private school called Vanguard University. It's right across from like the OC Fairgrounds in Costa Mesa.
Oh, cool. So then you started living together, and then how quickly do you go, oh, like, we should start writing music, or were you interested in it kind of early on?
I mean, Joey would send me some songs, and he would always be like jamming in the room and jamming with our drummer. Actually, we met in college too. He lived across the hall, which is crazy. The drummer that's going with us on this next tour.
Mm-hmm.
And I would always see them like jamming, and I was just super interested in it. And Joey is a mentor at heart and a teacher at heart. So he just taught me some chords, and yeah, he gave me the key to, like I said, unlock the door.
Right. And so once you guys start writing songs, like, what do you put them up on? Like, how does the project really start to kind of go?
At that point, Joey had been releasing or had been working with artists that were releasing music, so he kind of knew how like the distribution side of things worked. Like you can just literally sign up for DistroKid and throw a song up in like literally a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I sent him like this pitch down hook of this vocal over the first two chords that he taught me that I'd been playing for like 3 months, the same two chords. And then that hook became and then we'll be all right, which was our first song ever we released. Joey like saw something in it, and then he like did like this super dope production that kind of set the foundation for what led us to what like the Dweller sound is, you know. And yeah, it was just always like super authentic. Like I would write something or he would write something, and then we'd get excited about it, and then that's now turned into like way too many songs in Vault.
Well, I mean, that song has a ton of plays, obviously, but like when you released it, was it kind of a slow burn, or did it catch pretty quickly, or like what were you seeing as far as, you know, like a validation when you put that song out?
For me, Joey, you speak first.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say it felt like a lot of streams for us at first. I think we had like 40,000 or something.
Wow.
Streams on Spotify. And
well, that was after like 4 months, right? Or like 5 months.
Yeah. It's after like 5 months, but it still felt.
But that's still pretty solid. I mean, for a first
Yeah.
song, and just, if you think of how many songs go up on Spotify every single day, to get 40,000 plays on it.
Yeah.
I feel like it might have been low.
It might have been lower, but what were you gonna say, Bren?
I was just gonna say that I remember like seeing it would get like 100 streams or something, and I would like get so pumped and like show my mom, and like I was just so hyped. And then it like got randomly like 8 months after release or something. I just texted Joey one day. I was like, what is chill vibes? What is chill vibes playlist? What does this mean? And then Joey was like, wait, what? It got added to chill vibes, and I guess like I don't know, it's pretty rare for like a song that doesn't really have any traction to get randomly added to like one of the biggest like playlists on
huge yeah, exactly. That is.
Yeah. And then it ended up being on that playlist for like 2.5 years. And it's like, that's crazy. Yeah. So that was like a freaking blessing that they got on Chill Vibes.
And did that, I mean, I would imagine that kind of helped. So at that point, had you put out anything else after that, or is that one still kind of going at, you know, 8 months in or whatever?
I think we hadn't released we hadn't released anything. And then our like, I mean, we'd been making music, but at that point we were kind of just making music, and like intention was kind of like brewing because of just how like fun and like I said, therapeutic it was for each other. So like we wanted to put out music, but we're just being super like patient and kind of almost unintentional with it. And then that's when we met our current manager, and he was kind of like, what did he say, Joe? He's like, it's grind time, boys.
Yeah, what was the words he used? He said,
it's something that scared us.
What did he say?
I don't know. It's something like it's grind time, or like, because we like had these demos, and he's like, why aren't you putting them out? And we're like, I don't know. So yeah, that was kind of like a transitional moment. I don't remember what he said, but it was something that like kind of was like, oh, okay, we got this. And,
yeah, like get ready, like kind of buckle up. You know, your song's streaming really well. Let's put out more songs.
Yeah, exactly. And we were always planning on putting out more songs, but Yeah, it's always music for us has always just been like a discovery thing. Like we're just discovering something new with every song about ourselves, about the world. And sometimes like it's not, it feels a little uncomfortable to try to like force that, you know?
Mhm.
So, but also the thing I've learned is that chasing that uncomfortability is what like molds you and grows you. So it's been cool. Like making the music has been super therapeutic, and that has like made us grow a lot. But then also figuring out how to release the music, how to communicate the music, and how to promote the music has been extremely foundational for me and my growth, like personally, and I know for me and Joey.
Mhm.
So it's really cool. It's really awesome.
Were you guys like, because I think you released that first song in 2020, was like the pandemic and all that happening, or was that kind of what maybe gave you allowed more time to write songs, or was that way
Yeah,
before then? Oh, okay.
yeah. It was like it was right at the beginning. Like we're essentially like the most formative years of Dwellers has been um during like the lockdown, and when we were just kind of forced to be in our rooms just writing songs, which was like honestly very beneficial for us, like being it because it literally forced us to be in a room. That's when I first like learned how to make demos, and then I'd send Joey my like really bad demos that eventually like turned into really cool songs because Joey like worked on them and stuff. And yeah, yeah,
Do you do all the
really awesome.
production for the songs, Joey? Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I love one of my favorite songs of your guys is "It's Only Up From Here," and when
Oh,
you
hey.
like, yeah, and the part where it's feeling low, and then the vocal like pitches way down. It's like like I thought that was so rad.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think that's so. Do you do all the newer ones too, or kind of had to give the reins over it a couple
Yeah,
years in?
yeah, we've done all the production ourselves. For
Wow.
Yeah, the only thing that we've kind of passed the reins on is dividends was we got mastered by someone, which was
Really? So that was recent. So everything prior to that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wow.
Joey does mix master.
That's incredible. Like once you put out, you have a handful of songs, like I mean, all of them have done really well. Once you have the next one start streaming and everything, and you get this manager, like what changes for you? Are you playing shows? I mean, in 2020, 2021, everyone was still pretty like locked inside. Was it just about trying to make a presence online at that point?
Yeah, we didn't play our first show until 2022. Um, I think February of 2022.
Yeah.
So,
So in the beginning, it
um,
was just trying to build a space on the internet.
yeah, it was just TikTok, honestly. Like it was just learning how to how to deal with the toxic relationship with TikTok, the most app of all time, where there's so much content going into it, so many musicians promoting themselves and trying to figure out how to authentically kind of like put ourselves into that world, you know. And for us, that was we did a lot of we started out doing a lot of like outside like outdoors covers of popular songs, where at the time not a lot of people were like we're doing like really high quality like live recordings. And Joey kind of I think Joey kind of like revolutionized like that little space of outside covers, because I hadn't really seen anybody doing that, where like you'd bring your interface outdoors, and we would do it at like the beach or in like a cool park or something, and then have like a we'd essentially like record a song, and then he'd produce it at home that we recorded in like an outside area, and then have like a really cool video to post with that. And that kind of laid a foundation for us gaining a little traction on TikTok. and then we started promoting our own music, and that's been our biggest tool of exposure and promotion for us.
Yeah, that's cool that you did it that way, because I've seen some of your TikToks, those early ones, and it's like a lot of people would just go on there and be like Instagram live or whatever and just play to the phone or lip sync something. But the having that quality, like the audio and everything on the video, makes so much of a difference. It
Yeah,
just makes you
totally.
stand apart from everyone else.
Yeah.
What were the covers you were doing? Like what, like did it start off as all covers and then you sprinkled in your own music at some point?
I think the first cover we ever did was Harry Styles' Sign of the Times. And yeah, and we did like some Jonas Brother ones. We did some Sam Smith. Some, what was that, Joe?
Adele. Like
Yeah,
someone like
Adele. We did some Justin Bieber ones. We did a cover of is it Tom Petty?
yeah.
Free fall.
We
And
did it.
Justin Bieber actually reposted the video.
Oh
Super
my
funny.
gosh, that's crazy. What was that
Yeah.
moment like? It was like, I mean, do you even I couldn't even imagine that. It's like your
Yeah,
video's been reposted by Justin Bieber.
it's pretty surreal. Yeah, we were just at a coffee shop, and then like I think I showed Joey or Joey showed me, and then we were like, "What?" And then I think I like ran around the parking lot or something.
Oh my gosh. So did you go, because you were saying you're telling your mom about getting 100 streams? What was it? Did you go home and say, look, Justin Bieber just, shared our video?
Yeah, it was insane. I think we had a call with a label that day too. So like when we entered the call, we were like, yeah, we just got reposted by just
Yeah, you're like ace in the pocket. Yeah, well,
yeah,
we just got reposted by Justin Bieber.
yeah.
That's funny. And obviously Blue Spirits, you had a big thing on TikTok too, right? With that one. And that one's still
Yep.
trending. Was that like another one that had happened and kind of came back? Or tell me about that one.
When we were promoting that song originally, we made like these TikToks where we would record it live of me playing the ukulele, and Joey would do the slide. But instead of using an actual slide, he would use a beer bottle, like an empty beer bottle.
Uh-huh.
And we like, yeah, there was a few viral moments with that, and then that kind of built up this anticipation for the song. And I think the second day it was out, it got like 170,000 streams in one day or something like that. And it was insane. And then the song kind of like kept like a up and down, like consistency with streams. And then randomly, like 5 months after, I think we were trying to do like trends and stuff. And then 5 months after, one of the trends kind of took off, which was like the thing where like you put the phone and then when it drops, you like hug and then someone's there. And now 124,000 videos or something to it, which is crazy.
That's crazy. Do you
Yeah.
see that transfer over to Spotify? Like, I mean, obviously you do, but I mean, was that something early on that you would see as well? As I've talked to other artists that'll have a big song on TikTok and then just the clip will do and like no one, because you have to get someone to actually then either pre-save the song or leave the app and go to a different app to actually stream it. Was that something that you guys have seen fairly work fairly well for you? Or
it was a pretty like short snippet that went viral of the song, so not as much as like we'd like, but honestly, like I mean, any good like traction on a sound is beneficial, and it upcharted a little bit, but yeah, people started like making transitions where it was like only like 2 seconds of our song, and then it'd like drop into like a Fortnite song, and they do like a Fortnite dance, and I was just like, yeah, what cup?
Oh, that's funny. Joey, you had the idea of using the beer bottle for the slide guitar.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you know the song "Loser" by Beck? That
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard that he used a beer bottle when he recorded the beginning of that part with that like slide too.
Oh no way.
Yeah, I thought that's cool that you did it. I've never seen anyone else do it before. I just remember hearing that.
Yeah. I guess it's like a really common thing to do because that's what people were like commenting. Because Brent on the TikTok, he was like, "We're the first people to ever use a beer bottle," like joking, and then people actually like took it seriously and kind of like took offense to it too. And they're like,
No, the
people
one where they got really mad. The one where they got really mad was on Instagram because I like said that, and then in the comment I were in the caption I said like we're innovators, and then like people were like saying the meanest things ever, like innovators, like you effing idiots, like someone did this like in the 80s or something. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Oh man, that's pretty good. The internet's funny like that. You can just be so sarcastic and people just don't. It just goes right over their head. Like, wait, what? Like,
yeah.
So many angry people on the internet.
yeah, has that been hard? I mean, it's putting a song out only a couple of years ago and having it do so well, and then now you're in the spotlight when you do a song, like dealing with people online, like talking shit or whatever. Is that hard?
Um,
I
I
think
don't know.
for the most part it's all pretty positive. Like for the most part, people are actually pretty cool.
Oh, that's good. Well, I didn't know she just because of internet haters.
Yeah. But then there's obviously like some like really mean comments sometimes. But I feel like because of like the support that we do get, it kind of helps
Mhm.
keep the morale up.
That's
And
good.
I think having each other too. Is like
Yeah,
we're, you know,
that's good.
I don't know. What
You
do you think?
go ahead, Brent. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Um, I think when we've gotten the most hate, we've kind of been asking for it, to be honest. It's been self-promoting. Like I made a video where like I said I kicked Joey in the face and I broke his nose, and like it faked it, and people were literally sending me death threats, like that they were gonna kill me
Wow.
because they were like defending the honor of like my best friend that I kicked in the face, but it was fake. It was fake.
It was pretty funny though, because Ben was like kicked my friend in the face and broke his nose, and now he's like not talking to me. Like he was confused why I wasn't talking to him. Like, and then people were like, I mean, like I get why he's not talking to you. You broke his nose, and people were really upset.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with our music too.
It was just
Yeah.
a
Right.
statement you made.
It was
Just
Yeah.
a story. You said Dividends was the first song that you kind of gave up or let somebody else master. Was there a reason behind that?
We I mean that was our first song with Island.
Mm-hmm.
And I and so we had like definitely a bigger pool of resources, and I was just like I was ready for that. I'm not like a super proficient mastering engineer by any means, so anything that I could like hand the reins off where someone can do it better, I'm always down. So I think like in the future, like it'll be really nice to have to let more people in for like mixing and mastering and all that, just to have like a different take, you know.
Sure. With like this, signing to Island and all that obviously it's a huge moment. Is like, what was that experience like? And then I'm curious if you still keep in contact with your guitar teacher and being like showing him what you kind of accomplished.
Um well, signing was really surreal. It was a really cool moment. And our whole team is amazing. It felt like a really good fit. It was really cool. And then my guitar teacher, we talk every now and then. I don't know if he knows exactly what's going on, because when we talk, I'm not like, I don't. I kind of like ask him about his life, and he asked me how things are going. I'm kind of like, yeah, things are going good. Like we just signed a deal, and I don't know if he knows like exactly the extent of that and stuff, but yeah, we stay in touch. And like a year or two ago, he like stopped by my house and like gave me this old guitar. And I guess when I was like 11 or 12, that was like the guitar that I used to like play with and like in the waiting room waiting to do lessons. And he like came to my house and gave me that little guitar. So that was really cool. Like he like,
Wow, that's so special, man. That's and for him to remember that that was the one that you played. I bet he had a bunch of students over the years.
yeah. So that was really cool.
That's super cool. That's really awesome. Well, I want to hear about this new one. End of it all. Tell me about the new song.
Um, that was a song that I think we wrote like a year and a half ago, and then it was kind of a different song. And then, or I think it was like certain aspects of it were two separate songs, and then it kind of became one song when we got into a writing session with Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrums.
Oh, rad.
Who, yeah, nicest guy ever. He's so cool. And yeah, it was essentially like our first kind of like ballad. Sorry, that was my dog.
Oh,
Okay.
all good.
I think he might want to go to the bathroom or something. I might need to go check. He barks at me to tell me, let me go, let me go.
Okay, I only got about another question or so here. So
Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, end of it all. One of our most like special songs to us, and yeah, it was obviously like kind of a different vibe than the songs we released, but we were kind of trying to paint this picture that we're like not just surf rock, like a product of where we're from. We're not just like pop artists, and like we want to kind of show that we're versatile, and that song was just a step in like a different direction, and one that we're really proud of. So
no, it is a little, it's different than the other ones that you have put out. Was that being in a co-write like that with, or writing session with Fitz, was that one of the earlier writing sessions you did? I mean, having the songs that you did prior, just the two of you kind of working together out of your room and then being put into a songwriting session, was that a new experience for you as well?
I think that was one of our first in-person writing sessions, because during COVID we got put in a handful of Zoom writing sessions.
Okay.
But it was cool. Fitz is just like so good at what he does and so good at orchestrating things. And I mean, Brandon is such a talented writer. So I feel like putting those two in a room, like it's just something great is bound to happen, you know?
That's
But
cool. Were you nervous at all going into that with him?
I was. Were you, Joe?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you made a great product out of it, and obviously the rest of your songs are awesome. And I appreciate you doing this interview today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I have one more quick question before I let you go. I want to see if I can get an answer from each of you if you have any advice for aspiring artists.
Okay, I'll go first. Advice for inspiring artists or aspiring artists. think about the music that you like, and whatever role that music plays in your life, and how that music has kind of benefited you. Like for me, when I was a depressed high schooler, I would drive down PCH and I would listen to Current Joys because it made me like feel emotion. It made me like resonate with something that I couldn't resonate with without that music. So whatever your like thing is with music, whatever like draws you to music, to wanting to write songs or play guitar or whatever it is that you do, find that and just chase that with your own music, and don't give up, and don't care too much about what other people like say and think, but also learn to like use people's criticisms and ideas and your failures as something to mold you. But always keep that as the centerpiece. Like the thing that you're chasing is the thing that you were chasing in the first place when you like would listen to music. So I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I love that. What about you, Joey?
I mean, kind of what Bren said too. Just it sounds cliche, but like don't give up, because there's times when music can be really challenging, and finding the right tools and skill set to really accomplish, really convey what's in your head. It can be challenging sometimes, so just to keep doing it, and if it's something that you need and that you love, to just keep doing it even when it gets challenging and hard, because it is at least for me and Brennan, it's the greatest tool to help understand the world and understand yourself, and process the world around us. So I think it is a valuable tool to invest in, and that takes time and patience, and you're gonna make like bad songs sometimes, and that's like just part of the process. And not that there like is like good or bad songs, I just mean like for me, I made some like pretty objectively like terrible like beats and stuff, so being able to like progress and build that artistry, it takes time and it takes patience. Bringing it backward.